everyone, welcome to How Ines Rolls. Today I'm going to continue with our cookie week. So exciting, we're on day number 4, and so today we're making double peppermint crunch cookies, and I can't wait to get started. This cookie is going to be so easy. It's just a basic, like a shortbread type cookie, maybe like a vanilla cookie, and then we're going to dip it in a white baking chocolate and then putting some peppermint crunch on the ends. So it'll be super pretty on top of it. So let me show you what you're gonna need. You'll need some peppermints, and I've already started to crush them. I'll probably need way more than that, but I'm just getting a good start. So you're going to need a cup of softened butter, 1.5 cups of sugar. We'll need 2 3/4 cups of flour. You're going to need some peppermint extract, some baking powder, baking soda, some couple eggs, or just 1 egg. I'm doubling the recipe again, and some melting chocolate. If I run out of this vanilla one, I even have a chocolate one, so can't wait. So the first thing that we need to do is butter the cream and the sugar, like in all cookie recipes. So we're gonna do this. I have a cup of butter. Because I'm doubling the recipe, I'm just going to give you the single recipe as I'm going, so bear with me. But I like to double them because I'm gonna be delivering them to my friends and family, which you're going to see today. So this is gonna be so much fun. Up to this point, we have 4 recipes, and now we're going to start putting together little to-go boxes. So that'll be really fun. So I have a cup of a cup of butter and 1.5 cups of sugar. So we're gonna get this going here in a minute. Okay, so it's been about a few minutes, so we're going to now add our peppermint extract, which is 1/2 teaspoon. And then we're also going to add in 1 egg. And then we're gonna keep going with the creaming and the beating it up. Now we're going to get ready to add in our baking soda and baking powder, and I'm going to incorporate that in before I start slowly adding the flour. So next is some baking powder. So we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now remember, I'm doubling the recipe. Now let's incorporate that. And now we're going to put in 2 3/4 cup of flour. So probably I'll put in 1 cup at a time, 1 cup, and then 1 cup, and then 3/4. It seems to be the best. Here's my first. Remember, I'm doubling it, so I'm gonna do my 2 cups. And then 2 cups, and then 2 3/4. This is the fun part about baking, is the math. And here's the last of the flour, the 3/4 cup part. So this dough is, it might be a little crumbly, but we're gonna be forming them into balls anyway, so that will like collect right back into it. But just get it working in with your mixer. If you have a bigger stand-up mixer, that might work even better. That way it doesn't hurt your arm. But I love my KitchenAid little hand mixer. I think it's working just fine. So this is the last part, and then we're gonna get ready for the next. So here's what the dough kind of looks like. It looks like it's a little crumbly, but you're gonna be rolling them out in 1 teaspoon size rolls. So we're gonna get this going. It'll be just fine. When you're rolling your dough, now It smells so good. It's got like a really soft hint of peppermint. It's gonna be, oh, can't wait to try it. It's gonna be divine. I love peppermint. Okay, so we're gonna just get our spoon and get about a teaspoon. And then we're just going to kind of press it together, and we're going to be able to press a little bit on the top. Not like completely flatten it, but just a little press on the top, because we're going to be dipping them in chocolate. And so if they're a little more flat, then you're not gonna have like a big mound of like chocolate when you're taking a bite. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be easier to eat off of if it's a little more flat. So I'll bring you closer and show you again. So rolled, tiny bit flat. We just don't want to peak around we don't want it to be a sphere. We want it to be a little bit flatter on the top. Yes, just like that. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so here's my batch that I'm going to put into the oven, and we're going to bake it at 375 for 8 minutes, and then we get to start getting that chocolate ready. These just came out of the oven. You can see there's it's like a nice flatness to it. Still puffy, still looks so good, you guys. So we're gonna let this rest for about a minute or so, and then I'm just gonna put them on some paper towels to just let them cool, and then we'll get going on the next part of this recipe. Smells so good in my kitchen right now. One thing I'm not sure if I mentioned, but these cooked for 8 minutes. The recipe does say that they could cook for 8 to 10 minutes, but I find that 8 minutes was perfect. So while I have cookies cooling, I am going to be melting down this baking or this modeling chocolate. It's not like chocolate chips. It's going to be able to firm up really nicely when it cools down. So I'm sure there's got to be a way to do chocolate chips. Let me know in the comments. I think you might add a little bit of like coconut oil or something like that. But I just bought this because it's pretty inexpensive. If you're just gonna have a bag of chocolate chips, that might even be more money. I got these for like $2. So I'm just gonna follow the package directions and melt it down. Totally easy. So here is my vanilla chocolate. I mean, I guess it's kind of like a almond bark or something like that. So we're going to be dipping cookies that are pretty cool into this about halfway, and then sprinkling them with a little bit of candy cane. Let me show you what I'm doing to put them on so that way they can be ready to go. So I'm just gonna use the baking sheet that I used it on. So what I did is just kind of wiped it down, making sure there was no crumbs, and voila. I don't have to use wax paper. I don't have to get more cooking utensils to dirty them up, so to say, get more pans, cookie sheets, those kinds of things. So this is ready to go. We're just going to dip it. I'll bring you closer. Cookie in. So you might need to like dip it on a side so that way you get more when it starts to run a little low, but you're just gonna let the runoff happen, and I'm just kind of helping that by turning it. And then we're going to lay that there and sprinkle some cute little candy cane pieces on top. So that depends on you, how much you want to put on. But because this is already it's already minty, the cookie, I'm not trying to do it too much, but look, how cute is that? Okay, you guys, so after this cookie sheet's all full, I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. So now I'm putting these beauties into the refrigerator so that modeling or the chocolate can harden up. So we have these foam boxes. Paul got them from work, but You can get them from Sam's Club. And these are perfect to go. We had them for Thanksgiving, and I was so glad to have them for these cookie deliveries. So I have here, I think 12, and I still have 5 more to do tomorrow, but I am cooking some more, or baking some more cookies. So I'm gonna be giving them something a little bit different, but I wanna see what we can get into these containers and go from there. Look at all of these cookies. So these are for mostly our neighbors and some friends. So we're gonna go do some delivering. We just ran and took almost all of the neighbors. One neighbor wasn't home, so there's 6 packages there. So now we're going to take them to friends. Ezra, which one are you gonna take?
Phillips.
The Phillips Bam Bam.
Just wanted to.
And then we're gonna take some others to like some church leaders and some more Fram. Go ahead, Ezzy. He's got the Phillips. Go knock on their door. They smell good. Merry Christmas! Thank you so much. And this one's for Elijah. And that, you guys, was so much fun. It's one of our favorite things to do around Christmas is just to deliver some goodies. So let me know in the comments if you do some of the same things. Do you give presents to your neighbors? Do you make cookies to deliver? It's so fun. And so far, this is video number 4 of great ideas to make for Christmas cookies. And my friends already texted and said that they looked so pretty in the container. So win, right? So thanks to little Luna. And again, the recipe will be down below. And you guys, one more day of cookie recipes coming tomorrow. So stick around, rollers. You know what's coming up next. Bye, everyone.